Alright guys, today I have a 99, 98 Sable, somewhere in there, and it has a floor mounted shifter on it. And the problem with it is the brake shift interlock on it is sticking, the actual solenoid or the cable. I'm thinking the solenoid more than anything else. Now what's unique on these is they have a remote brake shift interlock solenoid. So they have a cable that goes from the shifter up and over to the solenoid, which is on top of the steering column itself. So usually if you have a brake shift interlock solenoid and you have a floor mount, right, it's down in here somewhere in the housing of the floor mount shifter. Same thing, you got a column shift, okay, it's up here on top of the steering column somewhere. So this one's definitely unique, and I'll show you a little trick on how to diagnose the problem we're having. The problem we're having is he goes start the car, it starts just fine, puts his foot on the brake. We have brake lights. That's the first check for any kind of brake shift interlock issues. Because it's going to need to see that brake light signal. We got brake lights, that's just fine. So the next thing is he goes over, put it in reverse, drive, whatever, and the thing, he's fighting with it, and he's putting his foot on the brake, and he's fighting with it, and he's really good, and then he gets it through here, okay? And he's able to go into gear and down the road. So I'll show you a trick on this one. Okay, so I'll bring you inside the shifter housing here and show you exactly what to look for if you have that sticky shifter issue where you cannot get it out of park or you're fighting to get it out of park. So I'll bring you deep inside of here. There should be enough lighting and all that. Okay, so we're looking straight down at the front part of the shifter here. Now, this big cable right here, this big one right here, that one actually goes out to the transmission and shifts through the gears and the manual shaft on there. Now this one right here is the brake shift interlock cable, and that goes over to here. Should be able to see in there. And you see this little cable right there. That's what we're going to test. We're going to push down on it like so. We're going to push down on that cable and we're going to see if the solenoid sticks when we hit the brake pedal or it just releases nice and smooth. And that way you can tell if that's the issue or the shifter's the issue on there. Okay, so you should be able to see this. I got my cat claw right here on that brake shift interlock cable. And what we're going to do is we're going to have it in park. We're going to hit the brakes so the brake shift interlock works. The solenoid turns on. And then we're going to push down on this and see if it sticks and pops and frees or it just comes out freely. So you just put pressure on it like this. And you see how it finally releases like that? Instead of being smooth like this. Let's do it again. You can see I can't push it down. Push on the brake. You see how it pops like that each time on there? Do it again. See, it should be just like this. Nice and free. And then you take it out of park and you're just fine. You should not be having this issue where it pops like that under pressure. So right there I was able to diagnose which component was actually faulty in the interlock system on here. We knew the brakes were just fine. We knew the solenoid worked. It just was sticky. Was it the solenoid or the shifter? By doing that quick simple test I just showed you, we eliminated the shifter as being the faulty component on there, and we found the cable or the solenoid is actually sticking and then popping and releasing. Now it doesn't matter if it's a cable or the solenoid itself, because it's all comes as one assembly on there from Ford. The cable and solenoid, it's like piggybacked onto the cable on there. So the bigger problem is, can you still get it from Ford as vehicles are getting older, and that becomes a real issue. But at least now you know what to grab from the pick and pull, the junkyards or whatever, and you come back with the right component on there. Or you can bypass it too, but I don't recommend that at all because it's obviously a safety feature designed to prevent rollaways from accidentally bumping it out of park. But that's how to diagnose it though. It can be that simple. We don't need to start pulling apart the steering column wondering why the brake shift interlock solenoid's not working. We can do it all from right here.